All right, ladies and gents, welcome. Guys, welcome to another edition of the London session. As always, you guys see me? Can't see you. Where are we? All right, TikTok. I think I'm good to go now. As always, guys, good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the final trading day of the week. Let's have a good one, team. It's been a difficult week, not gonna lie. It's been one of the toughest weeks for quite some time, to be honest. Off the back of that, I'm still in a bit of drawdown for the week. Only 2 trades this week, both on stream. 1 win, 1 loss. The loss did exceed the win. Win yesterday was just a small win on gold, but nonetheless, we are back to see what we can come up with for the final day of the week, being Freaky Friday. We'll see how the charts react today. Just let me quickly fix something up here, and in the meantime, let's quickly have a look at the news to see what is going on in regards to the news here today. We did have obviously some impact news yesterday, last night my time. Moving forward today, looks like there is a pretty clean slate, so nothing of high impact that's scheduled, but again, we need to be wary of anything that could break, which obviously has happened on the regular these days in regards to tariffs, so on and so forth. But anyway, guys, in the meantime, you guys know the drill. TikTok, smash that screen for me. Don't forget to smash it. YouTube, hit that like button, and let's have a good one, team. And let's get cracking and start with the analysis and have a look at the gold. Starting with the gold, guys, and let's have a look at the weekly time frame. And we are still forming a bullish bearish candle, sorry, but we do have that higher low, higher high scenario, so the probabilities are to the upside, but the candle itself is forming bearish, so that kind of conflicts against the probabilities, the higher low, higher high scenario. Off the back of that, I'm a little bit undecided as to what direction, because it still would not surprise me at all if this weekly candle ends up closing back bullish. It was not that far off the open. It's 150 pips, which on gold is really not that much, so it still could potentially flip. Onto the daily time frame, what we can see was really just in some consolidation below some resistance here to the left on the daily time frame. Very minimal volume within the current daily candle. What we will do is mark in the high and low of it. We're going to see what we got either side of it, and we could be looking for continuation buys or maybe continuation sells, or trades obviously upon rejection of the high or rejection of the low. So let's have a look now and make our way onto the 4 hour. We are technically still bullish in structure on the daily. It's not going to change for any time soon. And now this is where I begin to look more into the structure itself. And what I can see is here on the 4 hour time frame, we are still technically bullish in my personal opinion, so long as we really remain above this swing point here at 33.09, that sort of region. We have just recently formed resistance though, a bit of rejection within the current daily candle, so that lines up perfectly with the daily high. So once again, if we begin to pop above it, there's likely going to be buy opportunities. We have not yet confirmed support at this point here on the 4 hour. 4 hour support is this point at the lows back where the structure will be retested if we in fact do come back down to that level. But what we do have is the current candle, lower high, lower low. So if we were to in fact begin to come back down and break our own low after pulling back up, I feel at that point there's a high probability we could actually continue to make the move back down yet again to 33.20. We're pretty much in the same sort of area as what we were yesterday from memory on stream. Now onto the M15 time frame, and got some pretty clean traffic within the 4 hour zone here. We were just needing this up a bit above it as well. I mean, I'm just going to shift this a tiny bit to this point here, because above it it's much cleaner to the left. And I'm going to add another zone just here. It is a 4 hour zone, so I'll keep it in gray. And what we can see is we're currently rejecting that. The 15-minute structure, I would argue at the minute, is, I see it's technically bearish. So if we in fact reject and remain below this level here, will we get some possible sell options in line with the actual direction on the weekly candle as well? So I'm definitely considering possibilities to get involved in a sell below this resistance. Now what we want to see is what have we got in the 5 minute. I would really have loved to have seen a bit of support, so we don't yet have it. The support we've got at the moment is this point here. So without some sort of catalyst now on the M15, it's going to be tough to sell it until we pop below 33, 37, 57 to be exact. However, catalyst may be if this candle closes back bearish engulfing on the 5 minute, closing the M15 back bearish, rejecting this resistance, leading sort of 15 minutes prior to London Open. Potentially that could be enough for an entry to take a sell. So that's something I will consider, guys, in the next 4 and a bit minutes to see if we can actually get involved in some early sell options here on gold to take it potentially back down to the support. Have we just grabbed liquidity from the upside in order to push in line with the actual direction of the weekly? That remains to be seen, but I will consider some potential sell options off the back of that. Further options, seeing we have just in fact broken the most recent resistance but failed at this stage, will no confirmation for another 4 minutes. But at the minute, as long as we remain below it, close below it, that means we are failing to obviously close above it. But if we were to in fact pop back up and this time close above it, then off the back of that, there is a higher probability that we perhaps grab a little bit more liquidity from the downside in order to make the push back up towards the resistance here back at 33, 44, 45 sort of region. So once again, I will consider looking for the buys above the highs of this resistance as well, the local resistance. Aside from that, we're just going to wait for and see if price eventually makes its way back down to 33, 33, 34, that sort of region, and see if we can get involved in some buys to trade in the range. And definitely I would be interested in sells just a tad below the daily low at this point here now. So the daily low, if we begin to pop below that point there, we just got a little bit more support here to the left, 33, 31, 50 roughly. We start to pop below that point there. We have some very clean traffic once again back down towards the same level as yesterday that we're speaking about. So that would look something like so. And that is my opinion of the gold at the minute. So could we possibly get involved in some sells shortly? Now, and this is a little bit off-putting just here. So we may see, I'm gonna wait and see how this candle closes. Now the preference would be for, obviously for the 15 to close strong bearish, and then for a 5 minute candle to actually close back a little bit like so, and then look to sell as price breaks that support, and you probably just yeah, not a great deal of margin to that level, but at least it provide a price action pattern signal that I'm familiar with that could potentially, well, I would take if it was the 15-minute time frame, for instance, if that type of thing presented. So I mean, we'll see. I'll let you guys know if I'm going to take an early entry at it in just under 2 minutes. So guys, let's have a go on. Members, I will send you guys a link just quickly. And we'll see. So stop loss would have to be above the high of this current candle. The entry would be just below it. What is the low? 87. So you're looking around 67. Spreads are a little bit all over the shop, between 0.8 and 1.5 pips. Remember, I did get slipped in on spread on Monday, which a lot of I know my team didn't actually get triggered into the trade, which ended up being a loss, and it was a pretty bad loss in the end. So that's what I'm currently looking at. Welcome to the 81 of you on stream currently on TikTok. Make sure to follow if you're not already doing so. Thank you, and welcome to everyone on the YouTube stream as well. Guys, don't forget to like the stream. There's only there's 29 of you, so probably more than what I thought it'd be at this time. Don't forget to give the stream a like, and I will get to you guys shortly, but we're keeping an eye here on gold. So let's see how we're closing. Have a look at the 5 minute. Bit of a rejection here on the 5, but still a potential catalyst to look for some early entries. Potentially closing almost a doji here at resistance. All right, so we've closed. We need an upper wick. What would be nice if this thing pops down towards the low, then pops back up to crane up a wick and then breaks its own low again. That's what I would like to see at the minute. So I've not set an order just yet. And we will see, because I'm not in a rush, guys, because we are coming to London Open as well. Don't forget, and that can be a little bit all over the shop. All right, pulling back a fair bit a minute. So I'm not going to set it just now. I reckon I'll wait for London Open, to be honest. Wait for a 30-minute closure, and let's see if we have some 5-minute support forming up at these highs. There still could be potential buys, guys. If we end up back above, then I will definitely contemplate the buy options as well at session open. So that's likely what I'm going to be waiting for at the minute. Sketchmas, g'day to you. Franco, Carl, Steve, welcome to all of you, and everyone else in the YouTube chat. Don't be shy, say g'day. TikTok, once again, welcome to all of you. Thank you, Bicken Beckenberg, for the sticker. Appreciate it. Still one of my favorite names on TikTok. Welcome to the stream. Daniel, all good. Hope you're well. Arafin, welcome, brother. How's it going? How's the week been? You blew the, does that mean you blew the account? Lost the account this week? Being too choppy, yeah. So you haven't been patient, my friend. That's why I've suggested maybe chill out from the evaluations for the time being. Work on your discipline and patience, and then give it another crack. Because these are not, sorry to use you as an example, but these prop firms prey on people like you who don't quite have the discipline, who will chase, you know, passing the account, and if they fail, they'll just pay for another one. And at the end of the day, it's money. I mean, you think about it. You keep, you know, retrying, you know, 10 times or whatever, you could have put that money into a personal account and trade your own way, and you probably would be much better off. Chris, more into you. Real, thank you for sharing live. It's 2 candles one day. 2 candles one day. I'm not sure what you mean by that. On the 4 hour for today. So far, yeah, so far. Bunny, hey, does W&M always work? Not always. No. You're talking about the price action pattern. Look at gold pumping now. All right, if this is the case, guys, then what may be actually a play is the interruption, which is what we took yesterday. We took the delayed interruption. If you guys remember, it was a win. Ended up being a really good result. To be, well, not my result was a small win, but ended up making a whole move down to full TP for those who did hold it without going to break even so quickly. We could have the similar type of entry present here. So if we close significantly above without tapping into our target here to the upside, then we could look for a limit order buy back at the high of that bearish candle for session open. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. Otherwise, if we just rip to the upside, it's all about 33.44. And if we do in fact reject and possibly look for some sells from a bit higher up. Faith, what brokerage do you use? I'll type in the chat. Not affiliated with them, so do your own research. But for scalping, I think they're a good bet. Bunny, I don't know. I have only just started trading. Yeah, no rush. Just chill, because trading, I mean, can be very misleading because a lot of people follow the wrong people and they see all the glitz glamour, but the reality is it's a real grind. It's a bloody grind. Even when you're consistent and competent, you're still grinding away. If you're not careful, you're going to get wrecked. Just ask any experienced trader. It gets to the point though when you just follow your edge, follow your rules, follow your plan, and then it becomes a lot more easy to spot setups, but it's not easy to remain disciplined throughout. Leonit, short, not just yet. Mikey Lavella's not a lot of room above 33.51. Far off it. I'm not that concerned by it, to be honest, for the time being. But likely won't be in a stream if it does get to that point. Should we sell here? Not yet, mate. Not yet. AI, can you take a look at DE40? I'm looking for short term. What are we looking for? Sells? I think you... Sells. Alright, quickly looking at weekly. See, off the back of that, I'd be looking for buys straight off the bat. It is very strong bullish in weekly. Daily counter probabilities also to the upside. I'm going to be bullish across the board here as well. Full look, you can... None of it is still bullish, actually, the 4 hour, the way I see it. I'd be marking daily high. Yeah, just look, I'll give you my opinion of the short position, but just being a Friday, I would only prefer to look for buys, seeing it is in a massive uptrend and weekly is forming very strong bullish. Just close below some support. But the issue is when something's in a really strong uptrend, a lot of the time these are just a liquidity grab. These closures below support. What often happens, I find, is it triggers sellers in, wipes those sellers out, and then we begin to pop above the resistance again, and we create a new, well, high for the day, continue bullish. So that would be my concern. Now, where I would start to maybe think that we could make a deeper pullback is if we start to close on a higher time frame back bearish. That being, at this rate, has to be the 4 hour, obviously a daily. There is tomorrow, but there is no tomorrow when it comes to trading on the Saturday. So you could wait for it to come back down to 24 or 20, bounce off that point, or at least flip the structure and then pop back up. And at least at that point, if you do sell the pullback, you're selling in line with the actual minor time frame structure here. The 15 minute. Oh, you actually can argue that's technically bearish at this point. Yeah, I would not be shorting it though without at least a 4 hour closure, to be honest, against the strength of the weekly. And I'd otherwise just wait for it to pop back down if it does drop towards 24.420, and look for it to form support to take a potential buy back up. Otherwise, buys above the resistance just below the current weekly high. That is another option in my personal opinion. But yeah, often these pullbacks are just a trickle with no real momentum in the opposite direction to the trend, and it's often met by some more volume and momentum to push things back in line with the trend in this case, which is bullish. So I'd be very careful shorting it today personally. All right, just under 7 minutes, guys. Are we going to close above here on gold? What we want to see is perfect. Would be great now, would be fantastic now if this candle closes bearish, because then we've got an actual retest. We've got retreated in sellers. We've confirmed that by closing, albeit a 5-minute candle bearish, after tapping back into the zone. The 30 is going to close above. So then for all we need for session open is a bit of a low wick. As price begins to break above the catalyst candle's high, that is your potential entry. So we're starting to look pretty good here on gold for the buys. I'm starting to like the buys more than I would have earlier. That should be buys, not sells. So let's see. Husband for life. Well, it's a bit different because I'm a registered company here in Oz, so I do it a bit differently. But again, my account does it all. I would love for this to close back bearish. Mikey, only thing buy limit limited to 33.50 tail, sell 33.50. Fair enough. Ethan, not actually so dead right now. Yeah, it's starting to spring to life. Still got 5 minutes until session open. I am definitely not going to take a trade until we've had session open and had a bit of a formation of a wick in the opposite direction to the direction I want to trade it, which is likely bullish at the moment. Range of goals tying up all the time, Mikey. Ethan, hold on. Daily is so bad. Yeah, it's really just consolidating. All right, so it's not closed bearish, but we still have tapped in. So we'll see where this candle closes. Gold boring. Bickenbackenberg, yes. Faith, all good. Do you trade Asia, Ethan? Rarely these days. Although it is probably a lot of time a cleaner session when it comes to gold in London. No, not on a trade at the minute. KG, sorry. No, this is spot gold. This is personal capital. This is not futures trading. Spread, my spread Arafin at the minute is between 0.8 and 1.4 pips. What's the meaning of raw commission and spread and commission spread? Raw spread. Raw spread, you're paying high commissions, but you're getting in at a discounted rate to just the standard accounts. Ali, good day to you. Mihai, you look good for longs. Quickly look at it. I won't do the top down. I'll just quickly look at it on the minor time frames. Yeah, it does look pretty good. The M30 closes bullish engulfing at support here in what is an uptrend on the 30 as well. So yes, I feel that is a good option to potentially retest the high. One take is it's okay. Your thing's gonna go up to 33.45. Yeah, 33.44 would be a potential target prior to it. Obviously, that's where the resistance starts at 33.44. 43, sorry, 43.50 roughly. We're looking for longs. Geo, potentially. There's the Vec, g'day to you. Yeah, let's have a good one. Oh man, hope you're well. EJ, I'll have a look at it soon. Double X, run, war, double X. Dace, g'day to you. What I think about NAS, again, I'll have a look at it soon, Ethan. And yeah, Asian rarely. Come on, gold, wait for us here, give us a chance. All right, have to be at least 10 pips above, so we need to be at 33.41.98 minimum the closure. All right. Now this potential entry is even more risky when it comes to session open. That is without doubt, because session open you get a bit of the unknown where price can just do whatever it wants for a bit. It tends to spike up, tends to spike down before it decides which direction it wants to move in. Sometimes it just tends to rip in one particular direction without pulling back in the opposite direction. So you're getting involved in a trade as price is forming in the opposite direction to where you want it to actually go. So it's a little bit more risky, but the probabilities on this type of entry is very high. Now, again, it cannot tap into the target. If it taps into the zone, there is no buy limit, and it's just a matter of, once again, waiting. Suraj, yeah, at the moment, but it's got a bit of a resistance, a strong resistance that needs to pop above. Arafin levels, I mean, once again, we've got minutes. I'll quickly show in a 4 hour. Well, these are 4 hour levels, but I've adjusted it accordingly to the 15. Reason why I've chosen this level because I'm not interested in buying at that zone, to be honest, because it's much cleaner above it. I see some potential above that point, but I still may see an option to take a buy limit. So we shall wait shortly. Only, again, I'm looking for a buy limit, mate. It's quite clear what I mentioned, what I'm looking for. Rate 313 Ali. Looking for a potential limit order buy. Has to close above this horizontal for it to be ticked off. Stop loss will be back below. And it's a Friday, so don't go all out on a Friday. Alright, looks like it's going to be valid. Oh, why? Oh, because I got profit. Okay, that's why. Got TP below the actual entry. All right, so I've set a buy limit. Now, the conditions is this thing can't really flip, and it definitely can't break the high. If it breaks the high, then there is no entry. There's nothing I can do about it. So I've set it for 85. That is the highest point of this bearish candle on my broker's account. So that's what I'm currently looking at. Closed above to validate the entry in accordance to the rules for this particular entry model. Now we're just waiting to see if it does in fact trigger in. TP will be 33.51. TP for me would be just this resistance, and I would definitely consider in between securing some profit. Out when you say has to close 10 pips above, you mean above the wick, at above this previous wick. That's just it. Oh, how did I not get triggered in? No, I am in. No, I'm not in. What happened there? That definitely, the difference between the bid and ask price, that should have been in. That should have been automatically about 7 pips profit, 8 pips profit, and that is just my week. Still got the order set, but watch it rip now. Some of you might have been triggered in. It's literally done what I wanted it to do. But we'll see. I've still got the order in and may still come back down. So this is a particular entry that we use when things start to trend. And we are starting to trend within this actual range itself. So it's, yes, granted, it's not trending into clean traffic or anything like that. How did I not get triggered in? This is IC markets. What are you doing to me? Has that or has that not literally dropped below? It's not on my broker's account, I can see, and that would be TP. Man, oh man. Oh, hopefully some of you took it. Hopefully some of you are in. Because if you are, you're flying profit without any drawdown whatsoever. Well done. If you are, let me know. Buy limit is when you're taking a buy below the current price. So buy stop is when you're taking it above. Sell stop is when you're taking it below the current price, and sell limits when you're planning on getting triggered in to a sell above the current price. So Ethan, that's been my week. Been my week as well. I still got it in. It still may tag me in. And with the luck that I've had this week, it'll probably tag me in and just dump. But anyway, it's in. It's still valid. So as long as it doesn't flip back bullish, it's still technically valid. Young, lot size is not a big one to end the week. It's not a big one by any stretch of the imagination. Still enough to see some decent gains. Last Friday, I had a really nice win off a small entry because we ran for 70 plus pips. Shared it with my members, the ones who stuck around for the call. This is gonna go without me, I can feel it. Yeah, it's Gonski, guys. Man, what an entry that would have been. It's done. Oh, did anyone get triggered in? Let me know. Please, someone tell me you got triggered in. Ethan? It's all here, mate. So the entry was... I've got to remove it now because it's flipped, so it's no longer valid. It was the high of the bearish candle, so that was 33.40.85. It's literally tapped in. And look at it now. How is that for an entry, guys? Honestly, wow, fantastic. I am happy to hear it. That helps make me happier, in all honesty. Well done, mate. Well done. I'm happy that you got triggered in. So now, if you are following along with the rules for this entry, you should definitely be at break even. You should have probably secured some Franco 12 pips. Nice one. Great to hear it. Some of the guys got it. Well done. Look at that. Perfect. Could that be any more perfect, guys? Smash the like button. Do me a favor. Come on. 48 if you're on stream YouTube. Free trade that would hit TP with 0-0 drawdown. And look at it now. You'd be running at 25 pip profit. How easy. 3-1-3 alley. TP hit. Nice one. Good work. Triple S. Who don't learn trade from? Well, a few different sources, to be honest. One was the previous education group, which I ended up being a mentor of. Definitely learned a lot through Matt, not gonna lie. But I also learned to adjust to my likings, my personality. I was more rule-based than what he was, so I changed a few things to suit me. And look at that. Come on, guys. Yeah, I'm putting it in. I don't give a shit. I'm putting it in. So trade's taken. Goal win. Because how I did not get triggered in is beside me. TP would be smashed plus 26 pips just there. Well done for anyone, again, to those who took it. McGendra, nice one, thank you. So at least you learn, guys. You learn for free. And apparently it's a scam what I do. That's what, you know, still cop at least once a week. How can it be a scam when I show it live? Never asked for a shit from any of you. Arafin, you're flying profits. You're a legend. Thank you, mate. Well done to you. Yeah, so from TCG, that's the old group, and I was, by the end of it, pretty much running that thing for the last year and a half. My first ever mentor, who I would consider to be a mentor, was Walker. I know his surname is Walker. I can't remember his first name. He was a swing trader, but he was a really good bloke. More than willing to help out. He was part of this crypto group, which I got scammed by. Got scammed by the group itself, but the actual Forex mentor was a decent bloke. They had a lot of knowledge. But otherwise, a lot of it's just self-taught. What I, picked up myself on the internet. This was nothing we ever used to trade in the previous group. This is something we picked up recently. Made aware of by a mate of mine as well. But also I've adjusted it slightly. Again, I just do things to suit myself, and look at that for a cracking trade. Smash the like button. YouTube, we need to be over 50 stream minimum. It's a joke that we're less.
Disappointed, Justin.
Oh, come on, mate. How could I not get triggered in? What's the low on this candle? It's 7, man. My entry 3340.85. The low of this candle 3340.75.
Was it A.C.T didn't trigger you on this?
Didn't trigger me in.
Wow.
Lit up, but didn't trigger me in. So I thought maybe, because sometimes there could be a slight delay for the magic keys showing it up. Did you take the trade, mate?
Yeah, mate, I was in a small position, but I did get triggered.
Nice one.
I must have just been slightly above.
Nice one, mate. Well, most of you took it, so I'm going to show up on my own bloody MetaTrader, but I'm going to count it. I don't give a crap, to be honest. There's a win for you. Geo sums up the week, at least the bias is right. Exactly, mate. It's literally been that week for me, and that would have put me well into profits again had I've been triggered in. But all good. The month is still in profit, safely in profit. The week will end in a negative, but that's all good. It's just a small negative, less than 1%, so that's all good. Nothing major at all. How's life, Tommy? How's it going?
Yeah, all good, mate. All good.
Yep, survived the stag do.
Yeah, just about. It was nasty flying back, but I survived.
Oh, I can imagine.
I slept for like 12 hours on the flight from Helsinki to Singapore.
Oh, lucky you. Yeah. Yeah. That makes it a lot easier. I can never sleep.
It was good though. Nice holiday. Nice to see the boys.
Yeah, I'm sure. Nice one, mate.
I'll be back, mate.
Bulldog training 15-minute divergence also. Usually when we get that, it's bullish day. Ethan, anything else look good? I haven't even looked at anything else, to be honest. GJ has broken resistance. I'm so off put GJ at the minute. Put off, should say. Yeah, I'd be looking for pullback buys on GJ. The weekly is extremely bullish, so I'd only consider buying it today moving forward. It's bullish across the board, and if you're not currently in a trade, it's pushed a little bit too far without creating a wick, because normally what I'd say in this situation is let it pull back, create a low wick, and buy stop behind him. But in my opinion, it's pushed a little bit too far for that, so I just simply would now rather wait for it to pop back down towards support, or minimum consolidate from the current level for a bit, and then begin to pop above, and then I'd probably trust it again. What else? GU is at resistance. It's forming a bearish weekly candle, bouncing off support though. A little bit conflicting, that story. Wow, it's bearish. I'd still favor the sells. Strength of the weekly. 30 minutes technically bullish though, but it is rejecting some resistance here, so yes, I would still favor a sell, and it could be potential sell options on the next M30. If this 15 closes weak bullish, and perhaps the next one closes bearish engulfing, that will close the 30-minute back bearish below resistance, and that for me, in line with the directional weekly candle, would be enough to look for a potential sell. I don't trade it though, so I won't be taking it. Buys above as well, perhaps. Maybe, but I want to see a bit of a pause. I'd rather trigger in some sells at this point. So see a bearish candle closure and then pop above it. EU potential buys above perhaps that resistance, sells below the support. Has flipped bullish on the 30, was bullish on the 30 either way. Doesn't look great. Look at AU, it's a piece of shit. EJ, someone did ask about it, so let's quickly look at EJ weekly. So off the back of that, I would likely be looking for buys unless the 30-minute is bearish. Daily counter probability is also to the upside for our structure, also bullish, approaching resistance, so maybe not the best level to be buying it from. Support, we'll just mark this whole level and adjust it. 30. Yeah, so this is one that's a little bit conflicting because the weekly is very strong bullish, but you're just below a 4-hour resistance, and to me, I'd rather not buy it into it. So I'd rather just wait for, once again, a potential pullback to form support back above 172.616. Otherwise, we begin to pop below. As long as it does actually tap into the 4-hour resistance, begin to pop low, flip the 30-minute structure, and that is when I would start to consider sell options against the weekly candle. Oh man, gold. Why? What can you do, guys? What can you do? Glad to hear that a lot of you did actually get triggered in. It would be the broker spreads to estimate 100%. Some get filled, some don't get filled. Madam Stace, I need to reject, go down. Someone's in a buy, sell, bonus sounds it. Geo might reject, but we'll see. It looks like it's going to push at the minute, but all good. I'm glad to hear that some of the guys took it. That's the main thing. And I'm glad that you guys got to see the strength of this particular entry and why we took it and the result that followed. When you are trending, when you have impulse in the market, so not when it's just consolidating like so. I don't take the limit order. To me, there's no no momentum behind the move. There's no confirmation ready to continue bullish. Whereas here we had nice strong bullish candles up. One pause candle completely wiped out to the upside. Had not tapped into target. There's the likely entry point, and look at that. So and just like that, YouTube streams back to no people watching. Smart money systems, what time frame are you using for entries? Mainly the 15, but also the 5 more often now, and the M30 still. Ethan, could you have a quick look at NAS? Yes, I will have a look for you. And similar to EJ, I would probably only be looking to buy it unless there's a catalyst, because it's in a massive strong uptrend weekly into all-time high territory. Obviously yesterday NAS once again created a new all-time high, just continues to keep on keeping on. The rhetoric apparently now is for a change to potential rate cuts for the US irrespective of inflation concerns. As what I'm hearing, a lot of the Fed members have come out saying that they can see potential for future rate cuts soon. A lot of people are saying they don't know how, but that's what they've come out and said, and then what I heard before. So we're well into all-time high territory. There is no structure flipping at all anywhere anytime soon, so I'd be more focused on buying it. So the preference would be to buy it upon the pullback, and to be honest, for today, all I would do is I just drag this whole thing down. Look, you just keep it up, to be honest, at that level, but I drag it down to here, and I would say anywhere above this point should be good for buyers. So matter of where it forms support at, I would preference a deeper pullback so you got more margin to take a bite back up. But if in fact we start to pop below this support at 23,069, it's much cleaner, the traffic to the left. Line it up with a strong rejection on the 4 hour. And if you get, for instance, like a 4 hour bearish engulfing candle closing right near the low, and the new one starts to form a bit of structure, creates the upper wick, rejects, starts to pop below that point there, that's the only time I would consider taking any counter trend entries. Otherwise, I'd just be so patient and wait for a buy, whether it be upon the pullback or upon continuation above the high. And people would say, but you're buying it too high up, why would you want to do that? But what about here? You know, what about here? Every time it's in an uptrend, there is nothing to suggest it's ready to pull back. My concern would be the later it gets, the more likely the weekly is going to leave an upper wick, so you don't want to get caught in that little bit of a pullback. Hopefully that does make sense.
Morning, man.
Hey, how are you, mate?
Hey, fine, thank you. And you?
Would be better if I got triggered in, but this is
so.
the week. It's been that type of week, mate, on and off the charts, to be honest. So.
Very strange, to be honest. So I don't know, that was 0.2 pips or something.
It was the difference between the spread. That's been nice price. That's the only thing.
So in the other day it was the spreads you take.
That tagged me in. Yeah, so it's like I see markets are watching the stream or something, and that. Let's screw this guy.
Okay.
Because it literally was the other day. You guys didn't get triggered in. I got triggered in. Took the loss. And today you guys get triggered in. I don't get triggered in. You take the win. So just.
Yeah.
Oh, what can you do? All you can do is laugh. It's part of trading. If you're gonna let it get to you, you never make it. So. All part of it.
Very a picture perfect entry, absolutely.
Yep.
Because it made a move up to the resistance and then come back. So
correct.
Then we had
grabbing liquidity.
Margin. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I mean that pull back and then only reject and close back above is a good indication we're going to at least tap into this resistance.
Yeah, I was not looking for sells in this area, which you
fair enough.
Marked before, because this was for me. I think it was a engulfing M30 candle there. So then I said no, that's not the right.
Yeah, true. That's a good point. Have to sell against that. Yep. No, nice one, man. Good way to end the week.
Yes, absolutely.
How's it been in general?
Yeah, it was 2 wins this week.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Good work, my friend.
Yeah, thank you.
Bjorn, have I seen XRP price? Yeah, man. Crypto. Oof, Franco, you'd be pretty happy about that.
Yeah, I'm 50%
It's another thing that.
in profit.
Yeah, it's another thing that hurts.
Yeah.
I mean, Ethereum, I'm
And
happy,
also,
but I had a lot
if you
more than
go
that.
to the chart, it was a spike to the downside. Ah, okay, at least on Pepperstone there was a
Oh, really?
spike to the
And it
yeah,
popped.
yeah, but it was by at $2.55. So if I don't know if you want to search the Pepperstone. Give a moment.
Let me quickly see.
Yeah, it's so strange.
Oh, okay, yeah, wow.
Yeah, and I was looking at at Coinbase, but there was not this.
No, sometimes, yeah, I'm not sure what. That was a stopper? I have no idea what that is, to be honest.
Yeah, me too.
That's really strange. It's like computer systems turned off for a split second and crashed and goes going straight back up. Who would like crypto streams, by the way? Maybe when I'm overseas, I might consider it. Who knows? It would have to be majors though, because the other pairs just don't have enough liquidity for me to bother. You're in a sell, Arafin. 44.75. Man, what are you doing? You just took a buy. That honestly, brother, you need to chill. You've blown how many evaluations as well. That's your reason. You just took a buy, you took some wins, a nice win, and you're taking yourself the back of what against this push to the upside, against the momentum, which is very bullish at the minute. I think you really need to work on your discipline. I'm just being honest with you, brother. I don't want to see you keep blowing accounts, and if you were in my team, there is no way I'd put up with that, to be honest. I'd just say, you know, you want me to speak the truth, I'd speak the truth. MG472, yeah, we'll look at that. Zero drawdown, smashed into TP. Friday's become a really good day, but unfortunately, my order didn't get triggered in. So, most my guys did, or their orders got triggered in, which is great. So most of the others, by the sounds of it, got triggered in, but they left without me. It didn't trigger my order in. Anyone watching from IC Markets, please explain. Just made £600 off that trade. Beluto, happy to hear it. Well done, mate. Mask, Ritanoids. So it will go down till 33.34. Not necessarily. I mean, it's flying through resistance here. Wow, not a care in the world. Gold. GDAM, look at GJ. So I'm really reading from top to bottom, from bottom to top at the minute. Yeah, so like I mentioned before, if it wipes out those sellers, so this is better. It's triggered in sellers. If it wipes those sellers out, and then the buys would be a potential option. Yeah, GJ looking a lot better, guys. For anyone interested in GJ. Yeah, that was a banging trade. Yep. Your print links are on the profile page, mate, to the WAP. All there. If anyone is interested. Oh, left. I see Marks don't like 80% win rate, costing them too much. Yeah, mate. Only had a bigger account. Ethan, no worries, mate.
I'm looking for some cells up later on EU.
Low support or?
Yeah, okay, you marked already. Yeah, correct.
Yep.
So, and because I'm looking on the H4 and
Yep, at resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. It's also got lower high, lower low. Yeah, even if it's the next YR candle, still looks pretty good. Are you also rejecting? How did the 15 close? Is there any 5-minute support? Well, there is, but it's already dropped below it in there. She's kind of left. Yeah, still not a bad entry, but not quite the signal I want to see. Got a prediction of how JJ will go RPX Afterlife. Well, since the squeaky clean traffic, but sometimes what looks too good to be true is too good to be true. But good target would be that 201 as well. But I'd be first target would be 200 psychological round number. You're not that far off that. Amount of times though when I see a trade like this where it looks absolutely cracking, a cracking entry looks absolutely perfect, and then it just tags you in and drags. Happens quite regularly. But if you were to ask my opinion, which you did, I think GJ is looking really good for buys. Looking really, really good for buys. It may be a little bit too late, that's the issue. Almost identical to gold if it closes significantly above as far as a limit order buy. To be honest, that's probably the better play at the minute. Nimsy, thank you for the stickers. Deadline as well. Apologies, I just saw that. Thank you. Appreciate it, guys. Well done today for those who did get triggered into that gold buy. So GJ will be the next half decent entry. Shall I risk it for the biscuit on GJ? What do you guys reckon? I know what you're gonna say. What do you reckon?
It's not your favorite pair.
It's definitely not my favorite pair. I actually broken up completely with GJ. Had a massive falling out with it.
You need to work on this relationship.
Big time. Not even on speaking terms with it at the moment. I didn't even analyze it to begin the stream like I normally do. So Gusto, love this. Appreciate it, mate. Nimsy, thank you once again. Scrap Rilla, like name, buy it 33.39. On a pullback, yeah, the resistance, that'd be a decent level, but there's a chance it's not going to pull back below it. I mean, you're into pretty clean traffic here above the resistance. You've tapped into a 15-minute level though as well, so to me that was the buy. I'm not going to try to chase another buy at the minute. I just want to see where GJ closes, guys. BX Afterlife been a buy since 199.50. Nice one. Yeah, nice one. Don't give it back. See, the concern is also the 200 flat, because you got to think the majority of these currencies are run by algorithms, robots trading back and forward, and it's gonna be a lot of orders set for around that 200, likely to the downside. Doesn't mean it can't burst through it, but there's likely going to be orders, liquidity at that point. It may just be a short-lived pullback, may just create a lower wick and then burst straight through it. But yeah, you want to probably be break even by the time price hits that level. Either way, doesn't look like it's going to close strong enough. Yeah, we're looking like we could be even exhausting potentially here. The 30-minute closing not quite as strong as what I'd like. See if it pops straight up. It's actually open up with a gap. I might broke it. It's open up the gap to the upside. Yeah. Is what it is, guys. Peter J. That pretty much sums up my feeling of it too, to be honest. That made me giggle actually, just yeah, like it. Not gonna say it out loud, but Lemon, g'day to you. I always think you should risk it for the biscuit. Yeah, I know you guys do, but yeah, again, had a bad breakup with GJ, so I'm not sure if I really want to. Kyle, stick to your rules. Yep, agreed. It is important to. Goats, g'day to you, mate. Welcome. Mr. Fun, brother. Friday has been a cracking day the past few weeks, guys. Friday's been first day of the week the past few weeks. And those sleeping on the YouTube stream, not you guys on it, but according to the others who aren't on the stream, we're out to get you onto this stream. Look how it's done. TRK, does it look like we shorted gold? Does that look like we shorted gold, my friend? Little draft, g'day to you, my one and only sub. Appreciate the support. Look, right now it's too far gone. If you didn't get triggered in at this point, the buy limit, you're unfortunately, in my opinion, a bit late to the party. What we've done is tapped into some minor resistance here to the left, and we are respecting that level. So for me, what I'd really like to see now is probably price begin to consolidate within basically the previous resistance and the resistance up ahead, the minor resistance, and then perhaps close the 4 hour above this resistance and then create the lower wick on the new 4 hour, and then begin to pop above the minor resistance here at 33.47, roughly 47.50, and that's when I would probably start to trust again. But I don't trade past the stream on a Friday. Better things to do. But that's what I look for now. The only other thing I would consider, and reason being, is because we are still forming a weekly bearish candle at the minute, so we still could look for sell options. What I would look for is, once again, if we just consolidate around this current level. So let me just remove that previous drawing here. We just begin to consolidate around this current level, like so, and eventually pop below it. Minimum, you want to see a nice strong closure maybe on the hourly. If you can line it up with like an hourly bearish engulfing candle, and within it you got a bit of structure forming on the 15 and 5 minute, that's when I would start to consider the sells back below this range, where you could take back down and look for potential buys from 33.40 from that previous resistance, which we have broken out of, which most people got triggered into the buy limit order from. That is my personal opinion. Without it actually triggering in sellers and closing back some bearish candles here, I would not be chasing it above the high. That's the trade. It's gone. That's the move. That's what I personally would say to myself. I would not be chasing it. It's already made a massive push from the lows. An hour before London Open, it's already 150 pips. And did I or did I not say at the very beginning, don't be surprised if this thing flips back bullish? It's already pushed into, since when I said that, it's already pushed about 60-70 pips up. It could easily do it. It's gold. We saw it. This is pushed in one 30-minute candle. It's pushed what, 60 pips or something. Very capable. Shankatsu, thank you for the sticker. Turk, well, the TP was smashed within a few minutes, basically within about 10 minutes. I think it hit full TP. Kiss Zoltan, Ethereum. It's the only crypto I have any vested interest in. And to be honest, it's pumping a little too hard for my liking because I don't have enough. Where could it go? Well, let's just quickly look at that. And starting on the 4-hour time frame, or really it's just starting the higher time frame in the weekly. And obviously crypto is still, it's 24/7, so still a couple days left till the weekly closure, but we're at some resistance here to the left, but there is enormous momentum. And whilst with the regulations also just passed, I heard in the news from yesterday coming out of the US to regulate stable coins. Bitcoin on the way. That's what that's all about. That's all that's about, I guarantee you. Bitcoin, stablecoin. Will it be USDT, USDC? Who knows? They'll back up that. I guarantee you that's what's coming. That's why they've regulated. Good thing for crypto, yes, I agree. But bad thing when it comes to control, because that's all it's going to lead to is more control, government control. It's a joke. But anyway, strong bullish weekly at resistance daily. Obviously going to be at some resistance. Still in a big uptrend though, so could it push through? Most certainly it could, because whilst Bitcoin is bullish, whilst the regulations are favorable, and whilst the news is all good, crypto obviously reacts to the news quite a lot, then I can't see why this thing would be would fail, would start to make a correction, a deep correction. It doesn't mean it won't correct, but I feel a good level as long as it remains above, I would mark in this point here on the daily, really above, that's, yeah, 3k. I would just round up to 3k. As long as it remains above 3k, I think it's pretty good to continue bullish. And it is, look at that, for a level of liquidity to on the 4-hour area consolidation. So that's where you want to be above in order to maintain the uptrend. Technically speaking, it's going to flip bearish though back below this actual support, but when you look at the overall picture, as long as it remains above that psychological round number on the daily time frame as well, I feel it is still very bullish. Above the resistance, looks like we haven't been there for quite some time. Yeah, it looks very clean. Back up towards, is that the all-time high? No, not quite, but again, I think it's going to continue very bullish. Trading wise, I'd be looking for a pullback towards 35.86, maybe cheeky buy limit order 35.85. That's how you roll. Stack into, or layer in, sorry. Maybe place a buy limit in case, you know, obviously crypto, you could be manipulated, could go and stop hunts, could melt, could, you know, drop 10% in seconds and then pop straight back up. So I would have buy limit stacked, probably some at 35.80, 3400. I'd have one in between, 34.75. And that's how I'd go about it if I was trading the crypto. I would not look for confirmations as such, like I do with the Forex. Yeah, I'd just trade pure levels. And we're in a big strong uptrend, so I don't look for buys. I wouldn't try to sell it. It's my personal opinion. Oh well, can we sell now? What, gold? No. Well, you can, but I'm not. Wow, what a trade that would have been. I mean, what a trade it was. Most thing got triggered. On that XRP, one same as Bitcoin, ETH. As far as levels, I feel there's a pretty good pullback zone if you want to layer in, maybe limit order at 34.50. I'd have another limit order 33.30, and all the way down just these previous levels of support. And I literally just trade it off the daily and the 15-minute time frame. So I look for daily support, and we've got it here, and within it I just go down to the 15 and choose some levels in between and just stack buy limit orders. That's what I would personally do if it were me, because the crypto, in my opinion, will remain very bullish with all the regulations, and with the talk of rate cuts, that will only spur potential move continuation to the upside, in my personal opinion. Obviously it would be good for gold as well, and what I'm more interested in, which is precious metals. Be good for the majors as well. Scrap Rilla, SPX 500, sell. Forget it. I mean, buy. Can we short gold if you want? Again, I'm not interested in shorting gold. Camo gem, what? Gold? Take some profit, mate. Don't be greedy. Paraffin, again, you need to chill, brother. It's gone. It's too far gone. Wait and see how price reacts to resistance. Thank you for the rose. I can't even tell what type of profile picture it is. Is that a mountain or something? A cat. Thank you. AFG boy. Thank you. Feel good to you, mate. So guys, I reckon I'm gonna wrap it up. My members, you guys hang around. Have a quick chat. Yeah, well done today, guys. Good, cracking trade. But all in all, tough week otherwise. But really good result today for those who got triggered in. And you're still well in profit. So you learnt a thing or two today. Hope you did anyway. Hope you appreciate it. It's all for free. Least you can do is give me a follow. Humble. When to sell. I don't see any sells at the minute. It's just bursting through everything. Have we actually flipped the weekly bullish? We're getting close to it again. Did I not say it? When to sell, I would wait for, let's look at a 4 hour. Yeah, I'd be strict with it and just wait for it to tap into 33.55 roughly, and then start to look for a confirmation to sell it. 4 hour resistance, I'd ignore these levels and just trade the higher time frame level and look for rejection. Fuck Casmi, what's next target for Ethereum? Next target for ETH is the resistance up ahead at 33.70. Ollie one, thanks mate. Had a shit week. Took gold, nice one. So good end to the week nonetheless. Paul, thank you, and everyone else on YouTube. Appreciate the support. It's good to see numbers up a bit this week. Hopefully we can get those well over 50 moving forward. Should be up where TikTok is at, over 150 regularly. Appreciate everyone on TikTok. Thank you once again to everyone who did send stickers and support the stream throughout the week, and to those who just joined and enjoyed, you know, the company. Appreciate you always, guys. So be back Monday. Be back from the usual time, which is about an hour and 10 prior to London Open. Keep an eye out for that. Make sure to have your notifications switched on. And guys, you have a good weekend. If you want to, you know, touch base with me, if you want to know anything more about what I do, what we do with at A.C.T Forex, feel free to send me a message. And even just feel free to send me a message, say hello. Always reply to anyone who messages me. Meantime, guys, have a good one. Stay safe. My members, stick around. And I'll catch you guys on Monday. Until then, cheers team. Have a good one. Bye guys.